Hi students, welcome to the next session of our 7th lesson. This is classification of periodic table. This is the part 2. Yesterday we have discussed, in the last session we have discussed about part 1. This is the part 2. In the last session we were discussing about what is the necessity of arranging the elements and what are the elements, how many number of elements were discovered at certain period, and what is the necessity of arranging those elements in a respective order, in a proper order. That's what we have discussed in the last session. Today we'll see how the scientists contributed their ideas based on their experiments to organize or to arrange the elements, available elements, in a proper organized manner. Okay, what are the suggestions given by every scientist, and how they are exhibited, and what are the limitations, and finally how we are going to have the modern periodic table, what is the existence now. That's what we are going to see in a glance. Okay, many scientists contributed their ideas. Among them, Dobrynin proposed his law of triads, Newland proposed his law of octaves, and Mendeleev's periodic table, and Moseley's proposed is a periodic table. Among them, first, what is the Dobrynin's law of triads, and what is Newland's octaves, and what are the limitations? What is Mendeleev's contribution to arrange the available elements in a proper order, and how the Moseley has been enhanced his ideas to give a proper arrangement of elements, of 118 elements, that modern periodic table, that what we have now, that all will go with a proper understanding. Okay, it is, if you go on writing what the scientists who are contributed, is among them the first one is Dobrynin. Okay, Dobrynin, he proposed his law of triads. Dobrynin proposed this law of triads. Second one, Newland's law of octaves. Newland's law of octaves has been proposed. Next, we have Mendeleev's. Mendeleev's periodic table. And in this, Mendeleev himself, he modified his periodic table. Then the modern periodic table by H.J. Moseley, he proposed modern periodic table. Okay, so in order to organize, or in the process of organizing the available elements, different scientists contributed their ideas and thoughts. Okay, among them were Dobrynin, he proposed the law of triads. Newland proposed his law of octaves. Mendeleev proposed, as prepared his periodic table based on some rule and criteria, and H.J. Moseley is given his modern periodic table, that is this arrangement of modern periodic table is being given by H.J. Moseley. And what are the limitations? What is law of triads? What are the limitations? What is law of octaves? What are the limitations? What is the periodic table which is being proposed by Mendeleev? What are the limitations? And finally, what is H.J. Moseley modern periodic table, how it is being proposed? That is the agenda of this the further sessions. Now when we talk about Dobrynin's law of triads, when we talk about Dobrynin's law of triads, simple. Okay, Dobrynin has the logic of arranging the elements, available elements at that time when he proposed the law of triads. How many number of elements were available at that time? He want to arrange them as a group of 3. The elements he want to arrange as a group of 3. Okay, that is element 1, element 2 and element 3 as a group of 3, such that the atomic weight of the middle element should be average of the atomic weight of the middle element should be the average weight of the first and the last element. What does it mean? Okay, how that should be, and they should be arranged in the ascending order, that is increasing order of the atomic weights. The element should be kept in increasing order of atomic weights, smaller, somewhat more, even all the scientists. We are going to discuss about Dobrynin law of triads. What was his proposal is, okay, Dobrynin has suggested that whatever are the available elements at the proposal of AIM, he said that the elements which are available at that time should be grouped as three elements as a group, grouped as 3, that is 3 elements to be taken as a group, such that they should be kept in a group such that in increasing order of the atomic weights. That is, suppose this is element 1 and element 2 and element 3. Okay, this is element 1 and element 2 and element 3. He said that these elements should be arranged as 3 as a group, and the atomic weight of the first element should be smaller than the second element, and the second element should be smaller. That is, it should be in increasing order, smaller to bigger, an increasing order, ascending order of the atomic weights we have to keep. And one more thing is that we have to notice is the atomic weight of the middle element. The atomic weight of the middle element should be the average of the atomic weights of, the first and the last element. What does it mean? For example, I am going to take a small example values which are not as actual weights. Here I am going to take small values so that it will be helpful to understand. That is, suppose the atomic weight of the element 1 is 1, suppose. Okay, this is 3, element 2 is 3, element 3 is 5, suppose. Okay, the atomic weight of the element 1 is 1, element 2 is 3, element 3 is 5, for example. So how these are arranged in ascending order? First rule has been fulfilled. It is 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, ascending order, increasing order of the atomic weights. And the atomic weight of the middle element, the 3, should be average of the first and last. Average is nothing but sum of observations by number of observations. That is, average is equal to sum of observations 1 plus 5 by number of observations 2, 1, that is 6 by 2, that is equal to 3. 2 1s are 2 3s are 3. Is approximately equal to the middle, is the average of average of the atomic masses of the first and last is approximately equal to the middle element? Yes, that is, this criteria it should follow. Okay, that is simple. Dobrynin want to arrange or group the elements as 3 as a group, 3 elements as a group, where he arranged the elements in the ascending order of the atomic weights such that the atomic weight of the middle element will be approximately, or is the atomic weight of the middle element is approximately equal to the average of the atomic weights of the first and last elements. Okay, that means if I take the average of first and last element, average, that is sum of observations by number of observations, this average should be approximately equal to, approximately, sometimes it might be exactly nearby, sometimes half here and there. Okay, half or 1.5 or 1 here and there. It's approximately equal to the middle element, approximately equal to the atomic weight of the middle element. That is the main logic which is being followed by the Dobrynin. Okay, let's see what is given as per its context. That is Dobrynin law of triads in page number 123. See, a German chemist, John Wolfgang Dobrynin, 1829, noted that there were group of elements with three elements. Okay, there were groups of elements with three elements. Every group, there are so many groups of elements which contains three elements as a group. Okay, known as triads. The three elements as a group is known as triads. In each group with similar chemical properties. And he said that three elements, if they arrange, they all are possessing same chemical properties. If three more are element 4, element 5 and element 6 are grouped, these three elements are having the same chemical property, same property. If one more element X, element Y and element Z as grouped as 3, they all, element X, element Y and element Z also possessing the same properties. That is, the elements which are present in that group possess the same properties. Okay, that's what his proposal. Dobrynin stated that when elements with similar properties are taken 3 at a time and arranged in ascending order of the atomic weights of the middle element. Okay, so what he is saying that when elements with similar properties are taken 3 at a time. When elements with similar properties are taken 3 elements at a time, okay, and arranged in the ascending order, of the atomic weights what happens? The atomic weight of the middle element is the average of the atomic weights of first and third element. The atomic weight of the middle element is the average of first and third element. First and third elements. Okay. This statement is called Dobrynin's law of triads. Okay. Simple. The law of triads shows that at the time of Dobrynin, how many elements were available, those elements are made to form a group which consists of 3 elements. These 3 elements will have the same chemical properties and they are arranged such that in increasing order of their atomic weights. And one more rule that you have to focus on is the atomic weight of the middle element. The atomic weight of the middle element will be approximately equal to is approximately equal to the average of the atomic weights of first and third element. This is what is the Dobrynin's law of triad. Okay, let us see some. Observe the following table. Each element in row represents triad. Is what is been given. See, lithium. See here, we have lithium, sodium and potassium. Lithium Li, sodium Na and potassium in our textbook context. Okay, lithium. See in the page number 123. Go to page number 123. Table activity 1. We have a table. Under activity 1 we have a table. Go to that table. Go to that page and go with the table. In group A, first group A, we have 3 elements: lithium, sodium and potassium. Lithium's atomic weight is 7.0. Sodium atomic weight is 23.0. Potassium atomic weight is 39.0. Okay, first A group if we discuss. So in group A, elements are lithium with 7.0, atomic weight is 7.0. Okay, sodium consists of 23.0 and potassium K consists of 39.0. These are the atomic weights. These are the three atomic weights where it has been taken as one group of three elements consisting of same properties. Okay, and that is one. These lithium, sodium, and potassium consist of same properties. And one more thing that you have to keep in mind: these three are arranged according to their ascending order of atomic weights? It is smaller to bigger. Yes, increasing order of atomic weights. Yes, that is 7, 23, 39. Yes, they are in increasing order of atomic weights. Let's check whether the atomic weight of the middle element will be equal to the atomic weights, the average of the atomic weights of the first and last or not. Let's check. Okay, average is equal to 7 plus 39 by 2, that is equal to 46 by 2, that is nothing but 23. The average what we got by the average of the weights of first and third element, we got as 23, which is equal to the atomic weight of this 23 is average which is calculated by the average of this first atomic weights of the first, and this is the calculated value by the average of, by the average of first and third's atomic weight, and this 23 is the actual atomic weight of the sodium. Okay, and look like both are same. Okay, this is what is the proposal. This is what is the main functionality or process of Dobrynin law of triads. Now you have to take, if it is satisfying, you have to write a tick mark. Take this calcium, strontium and beryllium. Take this average, that is, if you see 40 plus 37, you have 40 plus 137, that is 177. 177 divided by 2. That is 40 plus 137, that is nothing but 177 divided by 2. That is 2 ones are 2 8s are 16. 1 carry, 2 8s are 16. Again 0.5, 88.5. 88.5 is the value where it is approximately 87.5. It's not necessary that it is exactly equal to the atomic weight. It is approximately also should be considered. If it is more difference, then it should be ignored. Okay. Check chlorine, bromine and iodine. Check for the sulfur, selenium and tellurium. Check for the manganese and chromium and iron. Okay, check for the atomic weights and see. We have observed this. Check whether they are following or not. This is the process of arranging the available elements as the group of 3 with these rules. That is what is the proposal by the Dobrynin of its law of triads. Now, does this law have any limitations or any drawbacks or any loopholes? Let's check. Okay. In the first row, you will find that atomic weights of the sodium is equal to the average of the relative atomic weights of lithium and potassium. That's what we have in the first row. When we take the first row of this arrangement, we notice that the average of this lithium and potassium will be equal to the atomic mass of the sodium. Can you establish the same relation with the set of elements given in the remaining rows? Find the average weights of the first and third element of each row and compare it with the atomic weight of the middle element. That we have to do. That first and third are average to check whether it is approximately equal to or not. Okay. Now, what do we observe? Dobrynin attempts to give a clue that atomic weights could be correlated with properties of elements. It made chemists to look at the elements in terms of group of elements with similar chemical and physical properties. This eventually lead to rigorous classification of elements and the modern periodic table of elements. Okay, as it was the first attempt to make the group as elements, group the elements as a group, made the elements as a group. From that onwards, the chemists were seeing the chemical that elements as a group based on physical and chemical properties. Instead of checking or instead of accessing that element by the single reference, they are being referring the elements as a group of elements with the same chemical and physical properties. Okay, it made the revolutionary steps to make the classification of elements. Okay, this is what is about Dobryn's law of triads. Now we will see, does this Dobryn's law of triad has any limitations? Is this Dobryn's law of triads have any limitations or not? Let's check. That is limitations of the Dobryn's law of triads. All the known elements at the time could not be arranged in the form of triads. First limitation is that whatever the elements were known at the time of Dobryn, they all are not made to have or form in the form of triads. If after making some elements as a triads as a group, and whatever were the remaining elements was not possible to make or form in the form of triads. That is what one limitation. All elements were not made to form or to exist in the form of triads. That is one drawback. And the law failed for the lower masses or for higher masses. Okay, this law, the arrangement of the elements in the increasing order of atomic weights and the middle elements atomic mass is the average of the first and third element, was failed for the low atomic weights elements which want to be arranged in triads, or the high atomic weight elements which want to be arranged in the form of triads. Okay, in case of fluorine, chlorine, bromine, the bromine, the atomic weight of the chlorine is not an arithmetic mean of the weight of fluorine and bromine. Let's see here. In the case of third group, let's check. Chlorine consists of 35.5. Bromine consists of the atomic weight 80, that is Br. If I take bromine, it should be taken as Br. Now when we consider that is fluorine, fluorine's atomic weight is 19. Fluorine's atomic weight is 90. Whenever they are going to, in case of fluorine, chlorine and bromine, whenever they are trying to arrange, when the Dobryn want to keep this as in a group of triads, the atomic weight of this chlorine is not the average of the atomic weights of the fluorine and bromine. Let's see whether it is true or not. So fluorine, that is 19 plus 80 by 2. Average, if I take average of the first 10 is equal to, that is 99 by 2. 99 by 2, which is 49.5. So this average is not matching with the atomic weight of the middle element. So this law failed for making the all elements to form as triads which were available at that time. That is, this law, the law of triads, failed for the low atomic weights elements to arrange them in the form of triads. The law of triads failed to arrange the high atomic weight elements to arrange in the form of triads. Okay. As the technology improved, what is one more disadvantage or limitation is, as the technology is improved for the measuring of atomic weights accurately, the law was unable to retain strictly valid. At that time, the time of Dobriner, the some substances may have some substance. Suppose E1 is the element. Suppose Ex is one element. Ex is some element. Example I am taking. Ex an element containing some atomic weight A. Might be example I am taking. Okay, to make this statement understandable. Okay, some element Ex contains atomic weight A, where at the time of Dobriner, but as the technology of improving the atomic weight of the element is being increasing or is enhancing, okay, the atomic weight of the Ex element might not be A, may not be A, okay, they might be calculating even more accurately. If that even more accurately if it is being found, this Ex may not be able to form, this Ex may not be able to fit in any trial. Okay, that law may be invalid. The law may be invalid when the Ex might be, before accurately calculating, the Ex might be fitting somewhere in the group, but if after calculating accurately, that may be changing the law of triad if the Ex average weight is calculated accurately. This is also one more drawback which can be considered in the law of triads. The limitations were that when the technology has been to calculate the average weights of the elements accurately, the law was invalid, it's not valid. The law was failed for low atomic weight elements to arrange in the triad or high atomic weights to arrange in the triad. That is one more. And it was not suitable, or it was not feasible, or it is not handling the elements, all available elements to frame as a group of triads which were available at the time of Dobriner. These are the three limitations of Dobriner law of triads. But is the first one who is called Dobriner is the first one who made the scientists to look or to observe the elements in the form of groups. Okay, he contributed a good thought of observing the elements in the form of groups, which leads to the extension of grouping or making the groups of elements based on their properties. Okay, I hope you understood this. As a homework, try to find the average of the first and third and check whether it is approximately equal. It should be equal or 0.5, 1 or 1.5 should be difference. If it is more than that difference, you take it as it is not suitable, it is not satisfying the law of triad. One more, you can see the E group. Okay, manganese and chromium and iron, ferrum, they are, first of all, they are not in, actually 55 is manganese, chromium is 52, iron is 56. First of all, they are not in the they are not in the ascending order of their atomic weights. The first rule itself, it is not valid. Okay, this is also taken as one limitation of Dobriner law of triads. Try to fill this table by your calculation. I hope you understood this session. We will meet in the next session. Thank you. Have a nice day.